Yeah, it's gonna be fun going down there and seeing how everyone shows up. It's they're a great team. Yeah, I was just watching some film on them. They got great players, so it's gonna be a fun matchup.
Coach Meyer was saying that when he has a veteran team, he kind of knows what to expect from them going on the road. But this is not. You're one of the veterans, but this is not a veteran team. I don't know, spend more time this week talking about, I know it's an environment you haven't been in either,
right.
but what it's like for guys going on the road maybe for their first time, or at least playing a lot for the first time.
Yeah, and we started on them yesterday after practice, watching some film, and I was just in there with Jamarca, and we're going to have to get him ready, and Isaiah and Mike Jordan. Those guys who haven't been in a hostile environment like this at night, in this big of a game. So yeah, we're going to get them ready, probably pump some crowd noise in during practice, make it hard to communicate so we get used to that. And yeah, we got to get those guys ready and get them prepared for what they're going to see.
How would you say the line has played? You've been a two-time champion, and Billy got it this week, but the other guys haven't. I mean, how would you assess where the line is right now?
I'm not worried by any means. We're getting better. We had a lot of stuff thrown at us last week, and I think it was good to get some experience with that stuff. So I'm sure Oklahoma will see that too and try and throw some of that at us to cut us off balance a little bit. But it's a work in progress. It was good film to learn from and make those adjustments and improvements, and I think it was good we saw all that with how young we are.
Hey Pat, when it's so loud that in a stadium that you can't hear or are having trouble hearing, what can you do as an offensive line to make sure the offense still runs smoothly?
You just gotta be ready, and work at it in practice. If I can't make the calls or they can't hear the calls I'm making, then they need to know what calls I would be making. They have to have their heads up and seeing what's going on in case I can't make them or they can't hear it. So this goes down to practice and getting prepared, and they need to be able to make the calls themselves if they can't hear me.
Have you been in a situation like that before where you've had to do things like that because it's been so loud?
Oh yeah, Penn State's loud. The Sugar Bowl was loud. So yeah, you have to just know the calls, know what's going to have to be made if they bring something.
How much of a concern is it that you guys have taken a few penalties up front already this year?
It's not a concern. It's just stuff we can work on, and some of the calls I don't necessarily agree with. But just the false start. Some of those were just penalties that we can fix.
Coach said today he was worried about running the ball against those great big defensive linemen Oklahoma has. Is that a concern you share as well?
No, I think we can run the ball in there. Yeah, there's some big dudes, and they play hard. They're good players, but I think we'll be able to run the ball against them.
There'll be so many eyes on the game this week. They all go to JT a lot. Do you get excited? Are you almost a fan of him to watch and see what he does on a weekly basis, maybe when he gets past the line or when he throws one downfield?
Yeah, I mean, I always say that JT's the man, and he's a great leader, and I always try to learn from him. As a leader myself, always trying to grow and expand my knowledge and just kind of watch him. So yeah, and he's fun to be around, and he's a great practice player too.
In the film that